Pieter Henket.
Ik heb mijn MAVO-diploma gedaan. Toen ben ik...
Estamos en New York. Un amigo mío se llama Pieter Henket. Lo llevé a él.
2 maanden daar.
In 1998, when I came here after high school to do the New York Film Academy course, and I always wanted to be a filmmaker. I was working on a construction site, and a casting director picked me up and put me in the L'Uomo Vogue photo shoot with Richard Burbridge. And when I was on his set, I realized that I really wanted to become a photographer more so than a filmmaker at that point.
I have faith but don't believe it. It's not there enough to leave it. Everything I love is on the table.
So then slowly my work started to turn into fine art. I got represented by a good gallery in the Netherlands and in Paris, and slowly I was able to do a lot of free projects and work my way into that world. And a lot of my pictures are very cinematic, and I'm always trying to tell a story in my work. So now that I have sort of worked my way into photography, I'm also slowly turning back into film and doing short films. I just directed my first TV commercial, and I guess slowly this way my work as a visual artist keeps on, evolving and changing and getting better, I hope. When I was young, my mother was always a fashion designer. She was a big designer in the 70s, and she had her own collection in Liberty in London, and she used to be the head designer there. So for me, fashion has always been a big element in my life. And in my work, in my pictures, I try to always put elements of that in there. So I wouldn't necessarily say that my work is fashion photography, but it is sort of a cinematic way of showing elements of fashion, and that's for me very something that keeps coming back, or that I really like to use.
To be quiet with who will take me home. You go to loud places to find someone who.
Stardust the Sun is my last published book, and I went to Argentina 2 years ago to make a book about the Brazilian carnival and the mountains in Argentina. So there's a city there called San Luis, and they brought 4,000 people from the Brazilian carnival in Rio de Janeiro, and they made them all go crazy there and like make this big carnival. When I came out there, I found that you have this really serious Argentinian culture mixed with all of a sudden all these 4,000 crazy Brazilian people that come there and do their carnival there, which is a beautiful contrast. So what I did is I made a photography book of all the wild pictures of the colorful pictures of the Brazilian people, in combination with a tent that I built on the terrain, and I portraited only all the Argentinian people in the tent, and they're very sober, serious portraits of all the people that were involved in the carnival, like the gauchos and dancers and all volunteers, pretty much anybody that we could find. That we would go into the crowd and find all these beautiful faces and brought them back into the tent and took their portrait. So the book is very much a combination of that, and you can find it in the MoMA here in New York, in the MoMA store. And online on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles and stuff like that. the book Habibi by François Rousseau, and my boyfriend and my husband and I were part of this project for a whole summer. So by working with him over and over again, I got to learn a lot about lighting and about composition, and especially storytelling, which is, I think, his thing that he does most beautifully.
You give me more.
No need to come to me when I can make it all the way to you.